Xuefeng's dialogue with Mao Zedong. Xuefeng. August 23, 2025. In obedience to Laozi's guidance, I arrived at the Three Realms Transit Continent and saw Mao Zedong pacing back and forth, occasionally arguing with the angel. Mao Zedong, angel, you ought to let me enter the realm of gods, I am a god. Angel, whether you are a god or a demon is for the greatest creator to judge. Mao Zedong, everyone else passes through this continent and immediately moves on to their destined place. Why am I the only one detained here for so long? Angel, because you are unlike the others. Mao Zedong, let me ascend to the heavenly world at now, or I will rebel. Angel, rebellion is useless here. You must wait for your time and opportunity. Xuefeng, the time has come. The opportunity is here. Where you go from here is up to you. Angel, the Hundun baby has arrived. The situation is becoming clearer. Mao Zedong, what Hundun baby? This kid was once my subject, merely a secretary of a small party branch. Xuefeng, greetings, angel. Greetings, chairman. Mao Zedong, greetings. Bah. Nothing is good. They treat me like a prisoner, no rules, no law. Kid, fetch me a stool to sit on. Angel, such domineering temper, always ordering people around. Do you know who he is now? Mao Zedong, I never promoted him. I never promoted him. How could he possibly surpass me? Angel, he's no longer the lowly branch secretary who once served under you. He was reborn through the spirit of the greatest creator. He is now a divine envoy, tasked with the mission of reshaping humanity. Mao Zedong, wonderful. My former subject has been promoted to such a high position. Is this not a testament to my legacy? Worth celebrating. Xuefeng, chairman, why are you so angry here? Mao Zedong, the Tao is so unfair. Xuefeng, in what way is it unfair? Mao Zedong, Muhammad was a revolutionary, and so was I. Why is he allowed into the realm of gods, while I am not? We both rebelled, how is that fair? Xuefeng, chairman, though both of you were rebels, there is a world of difference between you. Muhammad upheld the authority of Allah with a humble heart. You, on the other hand, upheld the authority of emperors and kings. You had no reverence for the greatest creator, and your heart was filled with pride. Mao Zedong, nonsense. Just a banner. Muhammad waved one banner, I another, but the essence was the same. He fought for the poor and oppressed. So did I. There's no essential difference. Xuefeng, true, you both devoted yourselves to the suffering masses and sought to bring them happiness. Your intentions were alike, but the outcomes were vastly different. Mao Zedong, and how were they different? Xuefeng, Muhammad inspired sincere devotion among Muslims. They pray with humility and reverence, confessing and supplicating to the true Lord. Even after Muhammad's passing, their faith remained intact. But during your lifetime, we were required to seek instructions in the morning, report in the evening, chanting, Chairman Mao, you are the eternal red sun that never sets. You made people worship you. In doing so, you led them astray from the true way. After your death, people lost their faith. Moral decay followed. Even the fundamental virtues of benevolence, righteousness, propriety, wisdom, and trust disappeared without a trace. Different paths led to different ends. Shouldn't you reflect on this? Mao Zedong, but I truly and sincerely cared for the poor and downtrodden. Xuefeng, indeed. In the long history of the Chinese nation, you were the first ruler who genuinely toiled for the well-being of the common people. No one can deny that. But the problem is, you had no reverence for the greatest creator, nor did you establish a lasting faith for the people. So when you passed, your policies dissolved. The people reverted to their old ways. Their spirits soon emptied. They had nothing to believe in. They plunged into a mad pursuit of power, wealth, fame, position, and carnal pleasure. Those who were hurt in your political movements, and their children, learned no lessons. They only sought revenge. Their minds became fixated on slandering you, toppling the party, and even dragging your remains out of the mausoleum. They made no effort to rebuild faith, or to consider the collective future of the Chinese nation or humanity at large. It is deeply worrying. This vicious cycle still lurks in Chinese society today. In the past 2 decades, a large group of so-called intellectual elites have emerged. They have ideals, thoughts, and knowledge, but spiritually and inwardly, they remain blind. They parrot fashionable words like democracy, human rights, liberty, and constitutionalism, yet they don't understand the essence of these concepts. They admire the flourishing wheat in others' fields but completely ignore the structure and composition of the soil that nurtured them. Some of the party members under your leadership lacked foresight and faith. They were masters of scheming and corruption, short-sighted, opportunistic, and deceitful. The people could not trust them. They themselves were neither humble nor open to sound advice. Chairman, what legacy have you truly left for the Chinese people? I have a friend named Yaoling Celestial, kind, honest, and talented. His mother followed you in revolution from a young age, but what was the result? Her child endured endless humiliation, growing up in oppression. How can such deep psychological wounds be healed? Life is so short, how many youthful years does one have? Even if the parents were at fault, was it right to brand their innocent children as one of the 5 black categories, subjecting them to social discrimination and disgrace? Do you bear no responsibility for this? Mao Zedong, are you saying I was wrong? Xuefeng, not entirely. You led the Communist Party of China and the Chinese people to overthrow the 3 great mountains that oppressed the toiling masses and established the People's Republic of China. For the first time in history, the lowest and most powerless among the people tasted the dignity of being human. During your era, the toiling masses were spirited and vigorous, full of ambition and high morale. In the 1950s and early 1960s, the working class truly became masters of their own lives. Feudal superstitions were swept away, and social ethos reached an unprecedented state of uprightness. Even when hunger struck, people's spirits did not collapse. If there were mistakes, they were the result of the limitations of the times. If there was blame, the entire populace shared in it. We cannot offer all glory to the emperor, nor can we shift all responsibility onto him. Our emperors the only ones with minds, while the rest are pigs with no sense. Chairman, your gravest mistake was this: a monk holding an umbrella, without law, Fa, and without heaven, Tian. You had no reverence for the greatest creator, no reverence for life, and no reverence for nature. The consequences of that have been endless. Do you know why you have been detained at the 3 realms transit continent and cannot be reborn? Mao Zedong, I do not. Xuefeng, it would be unjust to send you to hell, because you're not a demon. You genuinely worked for the happiness of the suffering, oppressed, and exploited people. Regardless of your merits or faults, as long as someone sincerely holds the people in their heart and wholeheartedly tries to ease their burdens, they will not be sent to hell. However, you are also unqualified to enter heaven, for heaven is reserved for those who revere the greatest creator, revere life, and revere nature. You did not revere the greatest creator, so how could you ascend to heaven? Hell is unjust, heaven is out of reach. And so, you are left to linger in the 3 realms transit continent. Mao Zedong, wait. Wait. What you say seems to make some sense, but it's not complete. We can discuss this from the perspective of theory and philosophy. Xuefeng, Chairman, do not be so self-assured. Any theory or philosophy that does not revere the greatest creator, does not revere life, and does not revere nature, is nothing more than sophistry, nonsense theory, nonsense philosophy, no matter how profound or mysterious it may appear. Mao Zedong, then what is to be done? Xuefeng. The key lies in the heart. You cannot become a god, for only those who, from birth to death, unwaveringly revere the greatest creator can become gods. Among all of humanity, only one person fulfilled this, Jesus. You have always walked your own path, free and unrestrained. Even now, in the three realms transit continent, you're still thinking of rebellion. How could you possibly become a god? But since you truly devoted yourself to the people's well-being, though the outcome was far from perfect, I am willing to lend you a hand. You are more suited to becoming a celestial being. The highest rank of celestial beings is the super-celestial being. Their homeland is the Celestial Islands continent. Once you become a super-celestial being, you may roam freely, compose poetry, sing and dance, enjoy mountains and rivers, free and unbound. Laozi resides on Purple Cloud Island in the Celestial Islands continent. He still thinks of you. I myself plan to reside on Balikia Island in the Celestial Islands continent. So, how about it, will you go? Mao Zedong, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I'll go at once. Angel, please take me to the Celestial Islands continent at once. Angel, smiling. Xuefeng, Chairman, this is merely my suggestion, a way to point you toward the path. Whether or not you can enter the Celestial Islands continent is not for me or the angel to decide. Everything is decided by the greatest creator. The greatest creator has set up 36 Bagua arrays throughout the universe. Within these are mysteries and programs. You must break through these arrays to pass. Mao Zedong, so, the evolution of life follows a program. What now? Very well, my humble comrade, no, Hundun baby, tell me the secret to breaking through the arrays. Xuefeng, leaning in and whispering a few words into Chairman Mao's ear, that's it. The angel will guard you for now. I will plead with the greatest creator to grant you grace. When you see the 7-colored rainbow bridge, cross it. Xuefeng, angel, if Chairman Mao's lingering here has troubled you, please watch over him for a while and help guide him on his way. I now depart for the realm of cool serenity to petition the greatest creator for mercy. Angel, farewell.